Arctic fox is a very beautiful and interesting animal. This animal is able to withstand very cold temperatures thanks to its warm fur, and everyone knows that their fur is very valuable. The Arctic fox is often called the polar fox. The animal lives in snowy areas with low temperatures. Arctic foxes can be found in Greenland, Alaska, northern Russia, and Canada. Snow, frost, cold rocks and the ocean coast, here the animals cannot always find food, but they feel free and calm. In Russia, Arctic foxes are forest animals. They can often be found in the tundra and forest tundra. Animals can tolerate temperatures down to -50 degrees, and at temperatures below zero, most of their life passes. They change color depending on the season. It is by color that one can distinguish an animal of a white polar fox from a blue fox. These are the only animals of the tundra that have the ability to change color seasonally. Blue Arctic foxes in winter have a dark color from light gray to dark gray with blue tints. Arctic foxes molt twice a year. Spring begins in April and lasts 4 months, and autumn lasts 3 months and begins in September. The best and most valuable fur of Arctic foxes in winter. In winter, the fur is soft and delicate, while in summer it is tough and rough. In winter, Arctic foxes lead a nomadic lifestyle. They float on drifting ice floes. Since Arctic foxes are very similar to foxes, and their habits resemble those of foxes. Even if there is enough food, the animals still wander in winter. They can go deep into the tundra, or they can wander along the ocean shore. The reason is that with the arrival of cold weather it hunts to become more difficult, and the animal moves where there are no such winds and cold weather. Arctic foxes are very mobile, and even if they do not hunt, they play with each other and do not sit still for a minute. The animals live in holes. In winter, minks in the snow are enough for them, but when they return from the nomad and are ready to breed, they dig new holes in the ground or occupy ready-made ones. When constructing a new burrow, the beast chooses a place among stones with soft soil. Stones serve as protection from enemies. Pulls it out to the level of permafrost. The Arctic fox loves water and therefore digs a hole next to the water. Nora resembles a labyrinth in which there are a lot of entrances and exits. Such holes can be used throughout the life of the animal. Arctic animals, polar foxes, are predators. When they roam, they feed on seals and the remnants of food that remains from polar bears. They willingly destroy the nests of various birds, partridges, gulls, geese, ducks, and all whose nests they come across. Arctic foxes are very dexterous in catching fish from reservoirs. It is also included in their diet. Often hunts for rodents. In addition to meat, Arctic foxes also eat various herbs. Their diet includes more than 25 of their species. Eats berries, cloudberries. He does not disdain seaweed and algae. The animal is very smart and agile. Easily empties traps set on him by a man. It feeds on carrion and stores excess food in a burrow for the winter. The animals hunt in the moonlight, at dawn, or at sunset. If it is very cold and windy outside, Arctic foxes hide in burrows and eat supplies. Sometimes they enter settlements and take food from a person's hands. Quite friendly animals. Arctic foxes are monogamous animals. There are exceptions when animals do not form strong pairs. Animals live in families. The family includes a male and a female, several young females from the previous brood, and calves of the current year. Sometimes they can live in columns from several families. Sexual maturity is reached at 9 to 11 months. Heat in females lasts no more than 2 weeks. During estrus there is a period called hunting. On these days the female can become pregnant. It lasts no more than a week. In the spring, nomads return home and settle in old burrows or find temporary shelter. The nest for the offspring is lined with moss or grass, so that the babies do not freeze and feel comfortable. Pregnancy in females lasts up to 55 days. One female gives birth to 6 to 11 pups, depending on her body weight. From the moment the female brings the puppies, the male becomes the only food provider for the family. The female, on the other hand, takes full care of the offspring, teaches the cubs to hunt, and teaches them to survive severe frosts. Not all children will be able to survive the wandering, many of them will die. Only the strongest, healthiest and smartest will return. Life expectancy is 12 years.